Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Progress with number 62 in the series Viewers Games. This one is from Joey. Hi Rick, greetings from Australia. My name is Joey and I'm a big fan of both your YouTube channels. I injured my back 2 years ago and had 3 operations. I had to stop work, so to keep my mind active while I am recovering, I took up chess. Your channel is very helpful and has helped me both with my chess and my recovery, so I would like to thank you. I play on Lead Chess and hoped you could analyze my game. I am black with a 1584 rating and my opponent Jimmy with white had a rating of 1789. I love the art of chess more than the win and try to play in the romantic style. I hope you like my game. Let's have a look at Joey's game. It was a 5-minute game, 5 minutes for each player for the whole game, a blitz game. And Jimmy opened d4 and our hero Joey played knight f6. e3, d6, bishop d3, g6, knight e2, bishop g7, white castled, and Joey comes with e5. White took, Joey took back, and knight g3. Well, here's the first comment. If at all possible, you should try to avoid playing twice with the same piece in the opening. White has a lot of pieces that are undeveloped, and instead of playing with the piece that he already developed to e2 again, and there's no clear purpose to knight g3, then try to avoid it. It doesn't always apply, but it's a good rule of thumb. Joey castled. f3, knight c6, and here you really need to start developing your pieces with white. Jimmy had a rating of 1789. He should know that you have to develop your pieces, you have to put them into play. For example, knight c3 is a move, but white makes another pawn move, e4. And he lost more time. He had played this pawn to e3 and now to e4. Why not in one go to e4? So he wasted already quite some time, and Jimmy is already better here. Just because white has not developed his pieces and has made some clumsy moves. Knight d4 from Joey. White decides to kick the knight. Knight back to e6. And another pawn move, a4. Where is that going? Another shot in the dark from Jimmy. That move doesn't really do anything. Knight f4 from Joey. The bishop is attacked and goes back to c2. And here Joey could develop his last undeveloped light piece. For example, play bishop e6, good move. But he decides on knight 6 to h5 instead. And white, yes, plays another pawn move, b4. Getting space on the queen side. Apart from that, the move does not do anything. Black is much better already. Joey decided to swap the queens. Bishop takes back. And bishop e6, developing his last piece. And look at all those white pieces on the back rank. And Jimmy's not a bad player. But here, in this game, he seemed uninspired. He finally developed a piece to the side of the board, knight a3. The knight is not great there. Rook a d8, centralizing the rook. Bishop e3, that's a better move. And here, Joey could have played rook d3, attacking the bishop. You don't have to be too afraid of the bishop snatching that pawn on a7, because after rook fd8, black is better. You threaten to take this pawn, but also even if you didn't do that, you have such an overwhelming advantage in development that this is a good position for black. White has to be very careful to keep all his stuff together. But Joey decided on a6 to save the pawn. Nothing bad, nothing wrong with that either. b5 from white, And now Joey plays rook d3, infiltrates in white's position, and is going to bring his other rook into the game as well. All pieces want to be at the party, they all want to take part in the game, and black does that a lot better in this game than white. The bishop is hanging, and the bishop went to c5, attacking the rook, but that rook wanted to go to d8 anyway, and that's what Joey played. And now bishop b4, protecting this pawn, but the bishop is not doing much else than protecting that pawn. It's shooting into thin air over there and has no other influence in the game. Black already has a winning position now. But still, you have to win it. Having a winning position is no good if you cannot win it. And as they often say, winning positions are the most difficult, because there's this psychological effect, knowing that you're winning and then being under pressure to not spoil it. Joey doesn't spoil it, he plays a very good move, rook d2, the rook on the 7th rank, in this case the 2nd rank, and it's already so bad for white, he cannot protect the g2 pawn anymore. It's attacked by rook and knight, and there's no way to protect it. It's only protected by the king. You cannot play rook f2 because then your bishop on d1 is hanging. So white decided on c4, and Joey took with the rook with check, king h1, only move, and Joey found the strongest move in this position, bishop h3, bringing more pieces towards white's king. There's a lot of threats now. The main threat here is to take on g3, and then h takes c3 is the only reply, and then bring the other knight to h5 with all sorts of mate threats. Rook e1 was played by white. He really has no way to save his game. There are no good options for him anymore. Rook e1 is definitely not a good option because there is a mate in 3 possible now. Joey didn't find it, it didn't really matter. But the quickest way to win here is knight takes g3 check, ace takes c3 and knight h5 as already mentioned, and then there is really nothing that white can do against the knight takes g3 checkmate move. You can look for yourself. All moves lead to knight takes g3 checkmate. But as said, Joey didn't see that. He played another good move, knight d3. Very strong move. For starters, it is a fork. The unprotected rook and the unprotected bishop are attacked now. White's pieces are totally uncoordinated. And white saw nothing better than saving his rook, but putting it on a very unfortunate square. And that made an end to the game straight away. He did not have to suffer any longer. After rook g1, Joey found a checkmate move with knight f2, smothered mate. And that is what he put in the title of his email to me, smothered mate. Very nice, that king is locked in by lots of pieces. Well done, Joey, nice win against an opponent who was 200 points higher rated than you, and you checkmated him in 23 moves. Excellent. Thank you for sharing this game. Hope you enjoyed Joey's game. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and please subscribe to the Chess to Progress channel. Please leave a comment. I will read them all and I will reply to them all. You also may want to check out my Chess to Impress channel. The link is in the description box. Currently I'm doing daily videos on the Super Tournament in Stavanger in Norway. This is Rick for Chess to Progress. Thank you for watching.